Going out there. It is shaping up to be a really good weekend. I don't know, I'm a little bit taken aback. All right, so we are at San Diego Anime Con and it is day one. Setup was the same day as day one. Hours were a little bit weird for setup. It was like 7 a.m. till 1 p.m. I believe. And then the show doesn't start till 3. So there's like a 2-hour gap between when you're supposed to be set up by to when the show actually starts. But, you know, if you have a car or whatever, you could probably just go out and grab some lunch if you wanted to. Expectations for this event, I think I'm going to keep it relatively low. I've not been to this event before. I've heard from other artists that it's a pretty good event. For locals. So for me, I do have higher expenses, that being a hotel cost as well as driving down from LA. Luckily, it's relatively close, so luckily it's not too expensive for gas to come here. In terms of the process of choosing our table, the layout of this for the featured artists, it's not Artist Alley. They are very, very specific about that. It's not called Artist Alley, it's called Featured Artists. So the Featured Artists Hall is in a separate building from the vendors. I'm not super sure exactly what the layout is. I think behind me here, so there's like railings and then there's like other buildings behind me. Let's see if I can show y'all. Yeah. So those are other rooms, I think, for like panels or events going on. So layout is a little weird. I'll take a walk around later and show what it looks like, but it's kind of like a circle and then there's like this weird offshoot, and I am in this weird offshoot hall that is right next to the bathrooms. So hopefully traffic will find its way here, and because it's just one long hall, I think people will at least pass by and get a chance to see all the artists that are down this way. I feel like this event can go either way, but keeping my expectations pretty middle of the road and hoping to make back my expenses today, which is surprisingly high because of the hotel costs. But I think we can do it if the event turnout is not too bad. And so hall hours for today are from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. And luckily we didn't start early on a Friday, so 3 p.m. and then hopefully people will start funneling in the next hour or so. So, yeah. All right. This is off. So, I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough of the artist hall and also get a shot of what the line looks like outside. So this is the artist hall. It's really tall ceilings, really bright. There's a globe in the middle. And so artists are kind of like around this area. We have some voice actors on the left-hand side, and I think they're slowly going to start letting people in. And we've got the line going out there. Trying out a couple new display items. So we have these wooden ones right here. And they're a little flimsy, but they are very light and they pack down really flat. So I'm using these for sticker sheets right now. And then I will have more of a blind bag bar situation here. But we've got my wooden pins, then we got the burbs down here. And then for now, that's all I have. But so I just put the duck pin set here as well, since they're already pre-packaged. And then card wallets, we got new designs, the new ones being the bear and the duck and the derpy water types. I think those will do well. And yeah, everything else is pretty much the same. Sticky notes, more spread out now because the sticky notes used to share with the wallets, but they're in their own separate thing now. But yeah. Alrighty, so it is 4:37, so about an hour and a half into the event now, and I've made back my table, which is fantastic. I'm happy about that. So it seems like we're on our way to making back our expenses today. Expenses for the show is just around $850, because hotel and the booth cost. So yeah, that is good news. Hopefully we can keep up this energy for the rest of the weekend.
Those three for you? Sure thing. And did you
Alrighty, so it is 6:07 and I have officially made back my expenses for this trip. I'm very happy about that. So everything from here on out will be profit. And yeah, it is shaping up to be a really good weekend. I don't know. I'm a little bit taken aback. Honestly, I kept expectations low for this event because I wasn't sure. The last event that I did was only a one-day event, so I couldn't really gauge based off of that how this one would do, as it's a 3-day event. But yeah, so just on a Friday, there's still 3 hours left. So yeah, lots of things happening in the background, but I think probably I'm going to expect the attendance to kind of taper off starting from now, because it is 6 o'clock. I think people are probably out with their friends getting food to eat. So I'll be pretty happy if, I make a few more sales before the day ends. My husband is on a dinner run right now, so he's grabbing some bento boxes for me from Mitsuwa so that I have lunch for the next couple of days, since he will be driving back up to LA. But yeah, customers are here. I'll talk to y'all later. So it is about an hour before the event ends. It's 7:45 right now. And it's definitely slowed down a lot, but as expected. I think this event would have been okay to just end at 7 o'clock, honestly. I would have been fine with a 3 to 7 on a Friday kind of event, but totally okay. There's still some people walking around. There's still things going on. So you can see behind me, there's a panel room. There was a Family Feud-esque type game going on for an hour. So that seemed like it was really fun to be a part of, but that was pretty cool. And there's a lot of VTubers here as well. You'll probably see one pass by behind me in just a second, but I think that's really unique to San Diego. I've been to another con before, but yeah, you can kind of see back there, right there. But yeah, they have a lot of VTubers kind of rolling around on those TV stands, and it's pretty cool. They interact with you. They can see your booth. They can talk to you and things like that. So pretty successful day one, I will say. Very pleased with how things have gone. Yay! Alrighty, so it is time for day 2. It is Saturday. Haul hours are very long today. It is going to be from, I believe, 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. tonight. So I brought a lot of food with me. My husband went to the market yesterday and got me a bunch of bentos and snacks and stuff. So I am going to be all set for today. Hopefully it's going to be a busy day. When we got here an hour ago, there was already a line outside. So hopefully that vibe continues for the rest of today. And
through the rest of the weekend, really. There actually isn't all that many tables. I think I'm table 24, and next to me, so there's probably like 30 artists at this hall, and yeah, not very many at all. So I think that is definitely helping. I think people are still making their way in. I think some artists aren't even at their tables yet. So yeah, that is fine. It's how it goes. Well, I will check in another few hours and let y'all know how Saturday is going.
This is the snack bag. We've got so many snacks. Chips, some puffs, Pocky, and then my dinner down there. And there is an onigiri somewhere here. Yay! Alright, so there's a little bit of a lull. I'm gonna just show some new stuff that I have. I have 3 new card wallet designs. There's this one which has like my little bears on it. This is the bear. This got really popular on social media for some reason, and so I decided to make it into a card wallet because I think that would be really cute. And then in the same vein, there's also the duck design. This one is my favorite personally. The color is really vibrant. And then same thing, but an old design of the derpy water type. So yeah, those are the new card wallet designs. I think that's pretty much the newest items that I have. I did get a reprint of my microfiber cloths. So we have like the Evolutions version now. So yeah, things are going really well. Alrighty, so it is now 2:30 and it has been incredibly busy. There's been a lot of foot traffic, and yeah, it has been really good. Far exceeded my expectation for sure. So far, I can only recommend this event. I think I do have other thoughts of the process, and I'll talk about that a little bit at the end of the video, but all in all, if you're looking for a great like beginner kind of local con to be a part of, this one is really good. There's a lot to do. People are just walking around. There's a lot of people like participating in like panels and stuff like that too. So I will come back probably at the end of the event and give an update. Alrighty, so we are done with day 2 of San Diego Anime Con. It is a little bit before closing, probably like it's like 7:30, and vendor hall officially closes at 8, but literally everyone else in my row is gone. Yeah, and I haven't made a sale in like the last hour, so I think I'm gonna call it a day and come back for the last day tomorrow. Yeah, really well done, and all the attendees have been really nice. So see y'all tomorrow. Alrighty, here's the closing banner. Alright, it is the 3rd and final day of San Diego Anime Con, and I just wanted to give a quick recap now because I will be extremely busy from the end of the con up until the week after, so I think I have enough to go off of to give my final thoughts about this event. So, starting off with the event itself, like I mentioned, it was your typical 3-day con. This one was at the Legacy Hotel in San Diego. This venue was really, really nice. From what I'm hearing though, they are planning to move to a different convention center in the future because they are planning to expand. So
Even though this venue itself was really nice this year, I don't know if next year it'll be at the same place, but I really liked the venue that they chose for this one this year. Going on about the things that I liked about this event. Number one, I think they did really well with advertising because it brought a lot of foot traffic. I think there was probably only towards the end of the event yesterday where I felt like there was a lull where things basically died around 6:37 and the event didn't end till 8. So for about a couple hours, there was nothing happening at night in terms of sales. But the rest of that day from, what was it, like 10 a.m. till like 6 p.m., it was pretty much packed the entire way through. And from my understanding, there was always something going on. You probably heard in previous clips how loud it was because I was literally right in front of like 4 or 5 of the panel rooms. At this particular event center, those were like different galleries, and so they didn't have doors. They only had curtains to close them. So sound definitely was not getting filtered out by those curtains at all. But honestly, it wasn't too bad. It was a little bit loud at some points, but for the most part, it was just like normal convention noise. Another thing that I really liked about this event is, from my understanding, like ticket prices weren't too expensive, so quite a few people were able to attend. It's not like SDCC or like TwitchCon where ticket prices are generally more expensive, so there were a lot of people that came, and again, I think that really helped with that foot traffic. I don't know how Sunday is going to go, but the event doesn't start till like 1 today. So hopefully, you know, everyone has a chance to sleep in, get a lot of rest, and continue on to the event later today. So yeah, I will probably update on that during the event itself. Overall, if I remember correctly, I paid like $275 for this booth for a 3-day show, and I think that is very fair. I think a lot of cons should kind of follow that, but it really just depends on the venue. I think it just happens that this space wasn't as expensive as like your typical convention center. Really liked that about the convention as well. I didn't really interact too much with staff, only during check-in, but you know, very, very typical kind of like staff helpfulness. Kind of gave me my packet, my badge, yeah, and that was that. So nothing out of the ordinary kind of came out of that. In terms of what I would recommend for improvements, I think the process can be improved a little bit more, specifically the selection process after you get accepted. So the actual application, I believe, was very straightforward. I think it was just like a Google Forms that you submitted. But after selection, there was a lot of communication, but I think the communication itself wasn't really straightforward. They put a lot of information in an email, and they also say in the email to read it like very thoroughly because 90% of your questions are answered. Honestly, like that might be the case, but sometimes information overload can be a little bit hard to process. I think we received like 3 different emails about this. Booth selection was first come, first serve via email. I think if you purchased a pro featured artist table, you were able to choose first, but you chose at the same time as other pro featured artists. So that in and of itself was also first come, first serve, and then in whatever order they get their email in is the booth you receive. And then for standard tables, we were just kind of given whatever was left over at the end, which is fine. I think that the image that they sent to us was a little bit confusing. I ended up just choosing like a spot that was kind of in the back. The other big thing is this wristband that they give us. Like, I don't know if you can tell how like beat up that is, and like we have to keep this on all 3 days,
And I'm really like, anytime I stepped in the shower or washed my hands, I was like, this thing is gonna disintegrate. They also mention in the email that if you lose your wristband or your badge, like they won't replace it for you. And if you want a new one, you'll have to basically pay for a new one. Yeah, a little scary, I think, for this wristband specifically. The badges are fine. Hopefully in future, there's just nicer quality wristbands that will for sure last the 3 days without me being scared of, you know, getting it wet. Aside from that, again, on the whole, very positive experience. I would definitely come back. I would definitely recommend this convention for people to either attend because it is a very chill convention. You know, there isn't a ton of people where you feel like it's sardines and you're crowded in. And as vendors, the artist alley is relatively small. I think they have like less than 30 artists. They said that they were going to expand, so they probably plan on expanding their artist alley in the future. I don't know how that will scale in terms of sales in the future either, if there's more artists, but it's the same number of attendees. I don't know if sales would be as good as they are this year. But based off of what I'm seeing right now, I can only tell that this convention is going to keep growing, and hopefully San Diego will have a really solid anime convention to both attend and vend at in the future. So just my 2 cents on some recommendations for improvement, but on the whole, this was a very nice convention to attend and vend at. Love it. We'll be back if I can get back. So
Alrighty, so we're at the convention center. It is day 3. I think attendees are just slowly trickling in now. It is a Sunday, so I am expecting it to be a little bit slower on the foot traffic, but you know, hopefully the events will still continue to do well. I think I was just talking to one of the staff here, and they mentioned that Sunday ticket sales were really good because they had a lot of voice actors and panels scheduled for today. So I think that is a really smart move, and hopefully we'll see some of that foot traffic pass by the booth and have it translate to sales. Before the event, I was able to do some trades with some new friends. So I did a trade with duck meat draws, and these are the stickers that I got. Very cute. So yeah, aside from that, I'm hoping today will be really chill. I might get a little bit of drawing done. I do have some new Tamagotchi designs that I really need to finish up and get submitted to my manufacturer. But yeah, cool. See y'all later.
Hello, I am here with...
Hi, I'm Kiana. I am Erika's neighbor. I'm so sorry. I just like on your name. I was literally talking last weekend to like other con artists. It's like you don't know them by their name. You just know them by their like studio name.
Yeah, I mean, fair. Me too. But yes, they have been really nice to table next to. So yeah, hope to see you in other events.
I know.
Yeah.
So too.
But yes.
Alrighty, it is 6 o'clock, just an hour before the event ends, and it has slowed down a lot, so I can take some time to give some more thoughts about today. For a Sunday was relatively good, not as good as Friday, but at least in card sales, not as good as Friday, but still, all in all, the convention was good. Hello!
Oh yeah, I bought the stuff from you.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go over really quick what did well and what didn't do so hot at this con. Let me just show you the box that I have for the totes. This box was completely filled with postal service totes, and it is completely gone. And there's probably like 30 totes in there, so that's amazing. In terms of what's on the display, glasses cloths did really well, so did the card wallets, and obviously blind bags. Like, I'm completely out of my bird blind bags. Stickers obviously continue to do pretty well, and washi tape. Unfortunately, Ferret didn't do super well. I only sold 2 of them. And same with the Mareep one, but everything else did really well. In terms of prints, I think the die cut prints did really well. Yeah, and my display for my tote bag, I sold that. So yeah, that was basically the conclusion of this event. I would definitely be coming back again, like I mentioned, if I'm accepted back here. I will also share, my booth neighbor gave me some stickers. So this is from Keith, and I will put their handle right here. And yeah, that is the conclusion of the event. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And if you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe as well. That would really help me out. And yeah, so until next time, I will see you guys later.